Good morning. So it is 5 o'clock in the morning on day 8 of my recovery, and I've woken up this morning with quite notable calf pain, and I can't straighten my leg anymore. I don't really know what this means. I'm obviously worried about DVT. I'm worried that I've just been lucky so far and I should have kept up with those physio exercises, and now I've really messed things up. Don't know what to do. I've been Googling away like crazy. I've got this bruising that's appeared on my calf this morning. It feels like my calf is really tight, but it's not hot, it's not red. One of the tests for DVT is being able to raise your toes. I've done all those tests. I don't think it's DVT, but whatever it is, it's really painful. And I have to go to a client's premises this morning. I was getting on so well that I have got work booked in this morning. So the only way I'm going to get through this is I've hired a freelancer to work with me today to take off some of the pressure. So hopefully that means I can get in, set things up, get the show rolling and get out. So I'm going to use my brace for the first time today. I'm going to use crutches. It's really early in the morning. Thank God I'm in the spare room. I'm waking up my wife or the kids because that wouldn't go down well. I've been up and down all night and noticed throughout the night, like going to the loo, my knee just doesn't have that flexion. I can't bend my knee as much. So God knows what's going on. Inflation seems to be lower. I can show you some shots now. Inflation seems to be lower. There's no seeping from the bandages or anything horrible like that. But yeah, look at this bruise that's appeared. I know I've had a really easy ride so far. I've been on forums online, I've been on Facebook groups. I've seen some people having a really tough time, especially those who've had meniscus repair at the same time. I haven't had that, but even for ACL, a straight ACL rupture surgery, I seem to have had it easy so far. I think this might be a turning point. As I say, I'm day 8. I'm going to have to take ibuprofen and paracetamol this morning. I didn't want to take ibuprofen for more than a week, but I'm going to just hit it with everything, get me through this morning. And yeah, obviously I'm going to seek medical advice as well. So I will do another update. I just wanted to get this in there now. So if you're going through this, if you're on week 1 as well, and you suddenly have a blip day, I really hope this is a blip day. So anyway, let's see what advice I get and see how things go. I'll do an update later in the day. I can't tell you how good it feels getting the physio lab back on. I did go to that job on the client's premises all morning. I was there for 3 hours. I'm only just back. I did get dropped off because the team had it. They were able to continue. But yeah, being on my feet, having to sit at a normal chair without my foot elevated, even for those few hours, has made a difference. Didn't help, of course, that I had that calf pain this morning. Things always seem worse in the night, don't they? When I woke up and I saw the bruising, I was really worried about it. But actually, yeah, through Googling, I know that it's nothing really to be concerned about. It's something to expect at this time. And sure enough, an ibuprofen, a paracetamol, by the time I'd finished my shower, I was up and about and I was absolutely fine. Bruising still there. I don't think I'm going to have as easy a ride as I had. I don't know why that is. I'm still avoiding the codeine, the morphine, all that stuff that they gave me. And I was really hoping to cut down to just paracetamol, but I'm clearly not ready. I won't lie though, this thing really does make a massive difference. And yeah, I won't be taking any more work on for at least until next week now, because that was a bit of a challenge. So yeah, something to bear in mind. And where where I have my trousers on and off to dress for work, obviously I'm back in my slobbing around comfies now, I did pull away at one of those patches on my knee. So that's lifted. And obviously that means there's a risk of infection. So I've got to deal with that. I've got to get some Savlon on there, and the hospital gave me some patches. So I'm going to do that now. And yeah, viewer discretion advised. It's going to get gory. But yes, I'm going to try and change that patch, and I'm going to try and video it so you know what to expect if you get the same problems around day 8. Wow, so this is pretty grim. You can see I'm using Savlon and I'm just trying to clean the area as best I can around this, just in case anything has got in there. I don't want to go too far in there. The gruesome thing is when I do lift it up, I can see there's actually a thread. Can you see that? Like a stitch. So that's pretty unpleasant. So anyway, they've given me some big patches to go over this. The bandages come off next week anyway. If it starts to get itchy, if it feels tight or weird, obviously I'm going to act on this. But for now, I'm just going to make sure it's totally clean, the area, get another patch over the top, and fingers crossed, yeah, I'll just monitor it, check for swelling, check for heat, and hopefully it'll be okay. So they gave me a series of different sized like plasters basically that you can put on if this happens. This is the one I'm going to go for because I think that will just fit over the gap perfectly. Obviously I can't do that whilst holding a phone, so I'm going to stick that on now. Okay, so that's on, but it's not going to last because look, learn from my mistakes. Savlon all over your knee is not the best surface, so I'm going to have to get a flannel, wash it, just apply Savlon at the very centre and then reapply it. So I'm sure I'm not doing a brilliant job of this. It was really hard to get the Savlon off my leg. It was really oily, and yeah, I had to use a little bit of soap and water and yeah, basically clean the whole area. And then I just put a little blob of Savlon right in the middle where that opening was into the wound. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully that's that sealed it up. It's only, well, yeah, less than a week before they get taken off at the hospital, so and changed. So hopefully all good. Well, that's a relief. I've just got off the phone to Sarum Road Hospital, who've confirmed really nothing to worry about with changing that little patch on my knee, and indeed with the bruising I've seen on my calf, the fact I can't quite straighten my leg. They check with me as long as the calf isn't swollen beyond you know, the size of my other calf, and it wasn't painful to the touch or hot. Then every other symptom's to be expected. The level of care has been brilliant. One phone number straight through to the chestnut ward, and yeah, they said you call anytime, day or night. We'll be very happy to help you. So that's really good to know. They've told me I can continue with ibuprofen if I think I need it, and I do think I will take some ibuprofen, especially tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to the theatre to see my son perform on stage. So I don't want to miss that. That's been a long time coming, but it does mean I need to plan ahead. So I'm going to take my crutches, I'm going to wear the leg brace, take paracetamol and ibuprofen before I go. I will be sat down for, you know, up to 2 hours in a normal seated position. It's a small theatre, so I won't be able to stick my leg out. So yeah, I've just got to think about that. I'm going to try and get into the auditorium early. I'll wait till it clears out, then I'll leave at the end. I don't want to be shuffling up and down those you know, those steep steps within a theatre. So I should be okay anyway. So sorry this has been such a long update today. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, well, much earlier to be honest, and decided to do it because it was the first day I actually had a bit of a negative blip. So far my journey has, you know, been beyond my expectations, as you've probably seen. You know, the progress has been great. Today, can't straighten my leg fully. You know, the pain in my calf. It's the first time I feel a bit shaken by the whole journey. It makes me realise I'm in for the long haul, you know. This is not a 5-minute fix. But anyway, sorry, as I say, for a long one today, but tomorrow we're off to the theatre. So I hope to see you again then. Keep those comments coming. It's lovely to see engagement from those who are watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.